So is it okay. So put this heading, test of hypothesis for difference of proportions. Test of hypothesis for difference of proportions. Okay. So earlier we tested the hypothesis for difference of population means we tested the hypothesis whether there is a difference between two population means or not, or if there is a specific difference between two population means, like mu1 minus mu2 equal to delta, where delta equal to 0 or delta may be positive greater than 0. So in a similar way, instead of comparing population means, okay, sometimes we may have to compare population proportions. Population proportions. Okay. So in that case, how do we test the hypothesis? Okay. All of you write down. Okay. So in difference of means. In difference of means, we wrote mu1 minus mu2 equal to delta, right? So in this case, what can we write? Instead of mu1 mu1 minus mu2 equal to delta, now it would be yes, it would be p1 minus p2 equal to delta, right? Where p1 is the population proportion of the first population, p2 is the proportion for the second population. Write down. Null hypothesis p1 minus p2, p2 small p1. Okay. Okay. So p1 minus p2 equal to delta. Okay. And the alternate hypothesis, okay, or you may say p1 minus p2 greater than or equals to delta, or p1 minus p2 less than or equals to delta. Okay. And generally in books, I said you will see only equality sign. You don't see this kind of inequalities in textbooks. Okay. In null hypothesis, but these are also allowed. So next one, I said alternate hypothesis can be p1 minus p2 not equal to delta, or p1 minus p2
less than
delta, or p1 minus p2 greater than delta. Okay. And you know what is to be applied according to the alternate hypothesis, and choose the level of significance. So critical values, again it depends upon left tail test or right one tail test. Okay, if it is two tail test, for all large samples will be their distribution of the statistic will be approximated with the normal distribution. Therefore when you normalize the random variable, it will have a standard normal distribution or approximately standard normal distribution. Therefore the critical values can be either you can denote that with S star, or you may write with Z equal sorry, critical values, no? So in case of two tail test, plus or minus Z alpha by 2, and you know if it is right one tail test, and this will be Z alpha, and if it is left one tail test, it will be minus Z alpha. And the test statistic we write in two cases. Okay, whether we are assuming the two populations are having different variances, or whether we are assuming both are having same variance, same population variance. Okay, so case one, if you are assuming that sigma 1 is equal to sigma 2, or sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square. Okay, both populations are having the okay, that means what? both populations have same variance. Okay, so in that case, the test statistic we consider like this: z equal to, okay, so what is the random variable now? Previously x1 bar minus x2 bar, difference of sample means. Now the random variable will be difference of the sample proportions. That means p1 minus p2 minus, okay, and this will be, and what is the standard formula? Mu p1 minus p2 divided by sigma p1 minus p2, and this is the formula for any test statistic. Okay, so this will be what. Okay, so in this case, when you are when you consider both are having the same population variance, and what is this mu p1 minus mu p2, mu p1 minus, I'm just writing here, don't write, mu p1 minus p2 will be equal to mu p1, okay, mu p1 minus mu p2, because of the linearity, because expectation of p1 minus p2 is equal to expectation of p1 minus expectation of p2, and because we are considering and because this is a unbiased estimator, so this will be p1 minus p2 small p1, okay, true population proportion minus of the first population minus true population proportion of the second population, and this we are assuming p1 minus p2, we are assuming if we are assuming this as 0, generally we apply this formula, we apply case 1, we assume this one, we assume both are having same variance. If we make the statement that p1 minus p2 equal to 0, that means if you are thinking that there is no significant difference between two population proportions, so there is no significant difference means what? P1 minus p2 equal to 0, that means p1 equal to p2. Okay, so whenever delta equal to 0, we assume that both are having same variance. In that case, we write the pooling variance. Okay, so we'll compute the pooling proportion. Okay, which will be given like this. Okay, so this p1 minus p2 is going to be delta actually, and this delta can be 0 if you are assuming this as delta. Okay, so at present I am going to write it as delta only. Okay, so this is going to be, okay, p1 minus p2 minus delta divided by root of p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2. Is it not similar to x1 bar minus x2 bar minus delta by root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma n2 square by sigma 2 square by n2?
Yes.
Okay, so that is, this is the formula for the difference of means. Okay, so and p1 is the p1 is the first sample proportion, or sample proportion taken from the first population, and p2 is the sample proportion taken from the second population. Okay, n1 is the first sample size taken from the first population, n2 is the sample size taken from the second population. Okay, so if this is okay, so generally we apply this case 1 formula when delta equal to 0, or when it is assumed that both are having same population variances. Sorry, I think this is the formula for this one. I'm extremely sorry, and I'll write that in case 2. Okay, if you are assuming that so what is this different? different variances. Okay, either it is given, or if you are assuming that they may have different variances. Okay, so in case 2, this would be equal to, if case 2, if sigma 1 square equal to sigma 2 square. Okay, then we write this is common, and only this will change. Okay, so this will be equal to P1 minus P2 minus delta by. Okay, so if you are assuming both are having same variance, then it will be root of P cap Q cap into 1 by n1 plus n2, 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2, where, okay, P cap is the pooling proportion. Okay, you take this actually, what is P1? P1 is x1 by n1, no? P2 is x2 by n2. So when you assume that both are having same variances, okay, so then instead of applying this formula P1 and P2 separately, we compute the pooling proportion. Okay, pooling proportion, and that is given by sum of these two, x1 plus x2 by n1 plus n2, okay, we apply this formula. Okay, so what I am telling, so we apply this formula, this pooling proportion, whenever you assume both populations are same variance, are having same variance, or whenever you are assuming the delta equal to 0, whenever you put the hypothesis saying that there is no significant difference, that means P1 minus P2 equal to 0, then you apply this formula, you apply the case 2 formula. Otherwise, you apply, if you're writing it, there is a significant difference, okay, which is non-zero, delta non-zero, then you apply this formula. Okay, so decision, depends on the test statistic and the critical value comparison. You will be writing your decision. Okay, so reject null hypothesis H0 if first, what is the first case? Modulus of z greater than z alpha by 2 in case of two-tailed test, and this is common for all the tests, z greater than z alpha, right one-tailed test, and z less than minus z alpha in case of left one-tailed test. Okay, so this is the testing procedure in case of you are testing two population proportions. Okay, shall I proceed?
Yes.
Did you copy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll see problems. All of you go through the first problem. In a survey of AC machines produced by company A, it was found that 19 machines were defective in a random sample of 200, while for company B, 5 were defective out of 100. Okay, so at 0.05 level of significance, is there any reason to believe? Is there any reason to believe that there is a significant difference in performance of AC machines between two companies A and B? Okay, and produced products of B are superior to that of products of A. Okay, so first one, you're asked to test whether they are both have. Is there any significant difference between the performance of both AC machines produced by company A and company B respectively? And in second case, because you see 5 out of 100 means out of 200, naturally ratio and proportion, you may expect 10 defective machines by company B, whereas out of 200 company A, 19 machines. So if you can think of a ratio and proportion sense, it looks like company B product is the AC machine produced by B is performing better than AC machine A, but that has to be tested at the 5% level of significance. Okay, so again this is defective, non-defective, okay, good, bad, fail, pass, all these things. Whenever there are only two possibilities kind, whenever you see observe a binomial process, okay, that leads to a proportion, testing of hypothesis for proportion. Okay, so how do we write the test? How do we write the problem? So how do you frame the hypothesis? First problem. So in part A, we were asked to test whether there is a significant difference or not. So we assume that there is no significant difference between two companies products. So how do we write this?
P1 equals.
Instead of P1, we shall write it as PA. PA equal to PB. Or in other words, how can I write this? PA minus
PB.
PB equal to 0. So what is delta here? 0. Therefore, we compute pooling proportion when you are computing the when you are finding the test statistic. So what is alternate hypothesis? So we are asked
PA minus PB not equals to 0.
Right. PA minus PB not equal to 0. That means PA not equal to PB. Small. Okay. Or you may say PA minus PB not equal to 0. Okay. So because you are writing not equal to symbol, naturally you have to apply two-tailed test. Right. Two-tailed test. Okay. So what is level of significance? 0.05. So what are the critical values for 0.05? So many times we did. Can you see and tell me for a two-tailed test?
1.96. 1.96.
1.96. So what is the test statistic? Okay, now I'm going to consider this pooling proportion. Okay, first you compute P cap. Okay, so what is P cap? First, write the formula. Test stat is Z equal to what is that? P1 minus P2 minus delta. What is delta? This is delta. Okay, delta by root of P cap Q cap into 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. Okay. So where what is P1? X1 by N1. What is X1 by N1? Can you tell me? For 19, 19 by 200. And what is P2? X2 by N2. That is 5 by 100. Okay. Now what is P cap? Pooling proportion. X1 plus X2 by N1 plus N2. So this is 19 plus 5 by 200 plus 100 equal to 24 by 300. What is Q cap? 1 minus P cap. Okay. So Q cap would be 1 minus P cap. Okay. So what would be this? 276. Huh? 276 by 300. Okay, you may convert into decimals and substitute the values here and tell me the value. Delta equal to 0.
1.3543.
1.3.
543.
So 35. 1.35. What about others? Did you get the same value? So draw the curve. Okay, so when you draw the curve,
1.3543, sir.
okay. So when you draw this value, this one, so critical values are at 1.96. So 1.96 minus 1.96. So where is this 1.35? 1.35 is in the non-rejection region, right? Z alpha by 2 minus Z alpha by 2. So this is somewhere here, this test statistic falling. Okay, so since minus 1.96 less than 1.35 less than 1.96, okay, we have minus Z alpha by 2 less than Z alpha by 2 implies do not reject H naught, null hypothesis H naught at 5% level of significance. 5% level of significance. So therefore the observed sample results are insignificant. They are not significant at 5% level of significance. Therefore we can assume that, okay, both are having same proportions. Both populations are having same the proportionate number of defective items. Okay, defective AC machines produced by company A and company B is same. Okay, there is no significant difference. That is what we can say. Is it okay? Now test the same thing at in another way. What was asked? Products, whether product of B is superior to that of product A. Okay, so that we will find out again. Okay, so 1B. So how do you write the test hypothesis?
PD is greater.
Null hypothesis H naught. So we assume that we'll assume that there is no significant difference. Okay, against alternate hypothesis, because we are observing that sample proportion B is better than proportion A, which we are believing and would like to prove that statement. So we will assume. So which one is? So instead of writing this, okay, shall I write it as A? It is A, no? PA equal to PB. PB. Okay, so PB superior to that of PA. Either you write like this, or you. What is the other way of writing this?
PA less than P.
PA less than PB. Okay, if you're applying this formula, okay, then the test statistic will be PB minus PA minus delta by root of and so on. If you are applying this formula, then PA minus PB. Okay, in this case you have to apply right one tail test. In this case you have to apply left one tail test. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so then what is the level of significance? Level of significance is, so apply left one tail test. So third one, level of significance. Okay, alpha equal to 0.05. So what is the critical value for this? If it is left one tail test.
1.645 minus 1.
Okay, so because it is a left one tail test, it has to be minus Z alpha. Can you tell me what is this value?
Minus 1.645.
1.645. Okay, so alpha is equal to minus 1.645. Now fifth one, test statistic. Okay, so because the hypothesis is null hypothesis contains the statement no significant difference, delta equal to 0,
Excuse me, sir.
therefore tell me.
Its alpha value equals to 0.05, no, sir. The Z
Ah,
value, so it's minus 1.645.
is it wrong?
Z or alpha minus 1.645.
It has to be Z alpha, no?
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, that is Z alpha, correct. Correct. It has to be minus Z alpha, right? So test statistic is Z equal to what is it? PA minus, sorry, PA minus PB, PA minus PB minus 0, right? 0 by root of, I'm directly writing the formula, root of P cap Q cap, P cap Q cap into 1 by N1 plus N2. So compute these values. So PA is equals to, same thing, what is that, 19 by 200. PB equal to
5 by 100.
5 by 100. Okay, pooling variance, all those things are all same. I think test statistic value is going to be same, no? It does not change.
Yes, sir.
So P cap is going to be, yeah. So what is that value? 1.35, huh?
Yes, sir. 1.35.
1.35. Okay. So then what is this 1.35 or minus 1.35?
1.35, sir.
How come it could be 1.35? PA value is less than PB value, no? No? Okay. Which one is smaller? Tell me. PA or PB? This is 10 by 200. PA value will be higher. Okay. It is about defective.
Less value, sir.
Huh?
PB value is less value.
Yeah. PB value is less. Right. See, question is about superiority, right? Which product is superior? Please understand the question again. So when it will be superior, when it is having less number of defective items, right?
Yes, sir.
So when it is having less number of defective items, it is PA proportionate is about higher number of defective items. No, this is more about higher number of defective items. Are we telling about are we telling about So we would like to say that number of defective. Okay. So here proportionate number of defectives are more, no? When you observe here, then you have to apply right one tail test. Do you agree? Here defectives are more. Here defectives are less. Less defectives, more superior. More defectives, less performer. Do you agree?
Sir, can you repeat, sir?
Yeah. See, we want to compare products of company A and company B. Okay. Question is asked about whether products of B superior to products of A. When products of B will be superior to products of A when there are less number of defectives. Machines produced by B, right? If B is producing less number of defective machines than that of A, that means to say that B is superior to A. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So B to produce less number of defective means A has to produce more number of defectives.
Yes, sir.
And PA is about proportionate number of defectives. It is not about non-defectives. PA is for proportionate number of defectives. Therefore, to perform, so if you want to have product of B superior than B, that means proportionate number of defectives by B must be less than that of A. That means PB must be less than that of PA.
Yes.
That means PA must be greater than that of PB. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Got it.
That means, how should I frame here? Is that
PA
what?
greater than.
Is that what we?
PB is greater than PS.
How come PB? It is about.
PA greater than PB, sir.
It has to be
PA
PA greater than PB, no? It has to be PA greater than PB. Okay. So if it is PA greater than PB, then this is not left one tail test. This is called
Right one.
right one tail test. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
I think similar kind of discussion we did earlier also in some class in some distribution. So when it is right one tail test, and then it has to be plus Z alpha. It has to be plus Z alpha. So plus Z alpha equal to 1.645. Okay. Now when you apply the test statistic, you are getting 1.35. So 1.35 is where it is again. It is falling in non-rejection region only. So what is your decision again?
Do not reject.
Right. Decision. Okay. So Z is less than Z alpha implies do not reject. Do not reject H naught at 5% level of significance. At 5% level of significance. So whether it is one tail test or two tail test, okay. So the proportionate number, there is not much difference between proportionate number of defectives machines produced by company A and company B. Though sample evidence suggesting that PB is better than PA, but actually it is not true at 5% level of significance. At 5% level of significance. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is what this question. Second one. So please. So we should be very careful in framing the alternate hypothesis. See, because one is positive, other one negative means somewhere we did mistake. So we're able to identify that mistake. Next one, see, it is similar to that of first question. Second question: out of 2 vending machines at a super bazaar, the first machine fails to work 13 times in 250 trials, and second machine fails to work 7 times in 250 trials. Test at 0.05 level of significance whether the difference between the corresponding sample proportions is significant or not. Is it not similar to that of first problem?
Yes, sir.
Previously
Yes, sir.
defective, it is fails to work. Okay, so can you take it as homework?
Yes, sir.
So apply two-tailed test and find out this answer. Now can you see the third problem? If 48 out of 400 persons in rural area possessed cell phones, while 20 out of 100 in urban area, can it be accepted that the proportion of cell phone in rural and urban area is same or not? Use 5% level of significance. Again, this is also similar, no? Okay. So P1 is 48 by 400, P2 is 120 by 500. So you just test whether P1 equal to P2 against P1 not equal to P2. Okay. So P1 equal to P2, P1 not equal to P2. Then use this pooling proportion formula and find the test statistic. Okay, that is fine. But if I ask you, if can we conclude that urban people are having more proportionate number of cell phones than that of rural? Then how do you test this hypothesis? What is this? It is about proportionate. 48 by 400, how much? About 12%. Okay, so 120 by 500,
24%.
24.
24%. It's almost double, right? So if you want to if you want to test the statement whether urban people are having significantly more proportionate number of cell phones than that of urban, then what test you will be applying? One-tailed test.
Right.
Okay, so if you
Right.
consider PR as rural number proportionate and PU is urban area proportionate. So can we do this problem? Let us do this problem. So third problem, let us see. Third one. So what is your null hypothesis? Null hypothesis saying that null hypothesis H0, there is no significant difference. What is that? Urban and rural, right? PU, or let us say PR. PR equals to PU. Okay, and null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis H1 is what is it? So I would like to change the question, right? First of all, let me change the wording, then we shall solve it. So how do I write? Test whether the true percentage of where here, can it be accepted that the proportion of cell phones in rural is less than that of urban area? use for 5% level of significance. Is this fine now?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, what would be our alternate hypothesis? PR less than PU. Okay. So that's it. Now write down the critical value. Now which one you have to apply? Left one tail test. Previously we applied right one tail test because that is about defectives and performances. It is direct question. It is about proportionate number of successes. Now it is going to be minus Z alpha. What is minus Z alpha? If it is 5%, minus 1.645. Okay, so third one, level of significance, alpha equal to 0.05. Test statistic, sorry, critical value. Minus Z alpha. Minus Z alpha equal minus 1.645. Fifth one, test statistic. Test statistic Z equal to, okay, PR minus PU by minus delta, okay, minus delta 0 by root of P cap Q cap into P cap Q cap into 1 by N1 plus N2. Okay, so where PR is equal to how much? 48 by 400. Urban
120 by 500.
120 by 500. 120 by 500. Okay, cooling proportion 48 plus 120 by 400 plus 500 equal to 168 by 900. Q cap equal to 1 minus P cap. So substitute all these values and please compute Z.
Minus 4.59.
Minus 4.59. So minus 4.5 is much lesser than so reset H naught at 5% level of significance. That means what? So from this, what is your conclusion? In favor of H1. That means, are we concluding that urban people are having significantly more proportionate number of cell phones than that of rural?
Yes, sir.
Because the differences are significantly more. Is that okay? It is about in a particular area. It is about in a particular area, right? Now I want you to take. I want you to test the real scenario. You just Google, okay? Google about the number of people in urban areas, the number of people in the rural areas, and the number of people using cell phones in the rural areas, number of people using cell phones in the urban areas, so that you will get two proportionate number of cell phones which are being used in rural as well as urban areas. And then they test the hypothesis whether these two proportionate number is whether there is a significant difference between the proportionate number of cell phones used by urban area people and rural area people. Will you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just googled here. I'm getting some statistics here. Similarly, you can find out this urban and rural population. Also, you can find out the number of people using. Okay, so he's just talking in terms of numbers. You see, he's talking about 227 million users in rural, whereas 205 million users in urban, and he's concluding that 10% is more. But it has to be out of how many people also that matters, no? Right? Rural people population will be more than that of urban population, right? So in terms of percentages, the scenario will be different. Is that clear? So you just take the statistics of internet usage or cell phones. You take one observation, whether it is the internet or mobile phones or anything. You just make a survey about the Indian scenario in rural as well as urban or any other two. You just take two populations and try to find out. Do you do that? Can you present in the next class? All of you try.
Yes, sir.
All of you try. I will just do one more problem and stop. So let us see this fourth problem. In a study of the effect of drug on cancer, two groups of 80 such patients were considered. One group was treated with allopathic drug, while other group with homeopathic drug. It was observed that 23 in the first group and 41 in the second group were cured. Okay, at 0.05 level of significance, test whether the true percentage of patients cured is at least 8%. Is at least 8% less for those who were treated by homeopathic drug. Okay, so it is talking about at least so the difference must be at least 8%. That is what he is telling. Okay, test whether the true percentage of patients cured is at least 8% less for those homeopathic drug. Did I copy it correctly? The true percentage of patients cured is at least 80% less for those who were treated by homeopathic drug. Okay, so how do we do this problem? Okay, this is problem number 4 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me. One is homeopathic, other one is allopathic. What is 23 by 41?
56.56.
One group, I think did I type correctly? Only one group proportionate I am seeing here. It is observed 23 in first group. Okay. Both sample sizes are 80 only, no? So First one is allopathic, other one is homeopathic. In allopathy, 23/80. In homeopathy, 41/80. It is about cured. Okay, so which one you are seeing better performance? Homeopathy, right? 41/80 cured. This is 23/80 only. So this is less number when compared to that of homeopathy. So at the 5% level of significance, test whether the true percentage of patients cured is at least 8% less. Okay, so we have to test whether allopathic drug is treating at least 8% less than that of homeopathic drug. Yes. So how do we do this problem? Fourth problem. So all null hypothesis H naught. Okay. So alternate hypothesis. So we are observed samples are also showing that homeopathy is better, right? So what is the difference? So we have to observe that the differences are significant or differences are not significant. Okay, so difference means what? P allopathic minus P homeopathic. The difference is at least 8% means what? How do you frame this?
Greater than or
Greater than or equal to 0.8. 8% means what? 0.08.
0.8. Yes.
0.08. Okay, but we cannot put equality symbol in where?
Alternate hypothesis.
Alternate hypothesis. Okay, right. So we have to put like this. So is that correct? 8% means how much? 23/80. Calculate. 23 divided by 80. How much?
28.
20, almost 29%. Next, 41/80.
51%.
So 29%, 51%. It is more than 8% only, no?
Yes.
So that means what we are believing. We could believe this statement, right? So the significant differences are more. Okay, so is this should we write PA minus PH or PH minus PA?
pH minus.
Because homeopathic is more, no? So it has to be PH minus PA. Okay, so we assume that there is not much difference. So that we will write like this: PH minus PA equals to 0.08. Actually, I mean to say equal to means I mean to say less than or equals to. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So I should write like this. Okay. So shall I for this problem, let me put this to avoid confusion. So I will put like this. Okay. Right. So what is your so what test I have to apply?
Right one.
Right.
Right one tail test. pH is greater than PA. Okay. Right one tail test. Okay. So what is the critical value? Level of significance. Level of significance is alpha equal to 0.05. Critical value
1.645.
Yeah, Z alpha equal to 1.645. Again, it is a 5% level of significance. Okay. So yeah, Z alpha equal to 1.645. So please compute the test statistic quickly. Z equal to, now because delta is non-zero, instead of using the case2 formula, I will be using this formula. I will be using this formula now. Okay. So Z equal to P1 minus P2 minus delta by under root of P1 Q1 by N1 plus P2 Q2 by N2. In this case, what are N1 and N2?
Yeah, 80.
Both are 80. P1 equal to how much? 23. Yeah? P2 equal
Yes,
to
sir.
P2 equal to
41.
41. 41 by 80. Okay. This time we are not finding the pooling proportion. We are just finding the standard deviation of the difference of proportions directly. Now substitute all these values and delta equal to 0.08. 8%. So substitute all these values and find the test statistic. Again, are we sorry, P1 P2 kaadu kada? What is this? It has to be notational mistake. It has to be PH minus PA, right? PH minus PA minus divided by, so PH is this homeopathy. This is PA. If you don't use the correct notations, it will be confusing. And instead of N1, I will write it as NA. Instead of N2, I will write it as N. This is NH kada. This is NH homeopathic. And N allopathic. This is correct. Okay, so NH is equals to N allopathic is equals to 80. Okay, so we always better use the proper notation to avoid the confusion or mistake.
So 1.9233.
So 1.92. So where is this 1.92?
In the rejection region.
Rejection region. So the results are significantly different. So since 1.92 is greater than 1.645, Z greater than Z alpha implies, okay, reject H naught at 5% level of significance in favor of H1. We shall write like this. Reject H naught in favor of H1 at 5% level of significance. That means whereas we are agreeing that homeopathic drug treatment curing at least 5% more number of patients than that of the allopathic treatment. That means the observed results are significant. So in exams or in books, what symbol you will see here? I'm repeatedly telling. Tell me.
Can you scroll up once?
Yeah, I will. So in exams, you will see equality symbol. Okay. better you put a equality symbol in exams. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because not will have this idea. Not all will have this idea. They may simply put wrong. Because they will think that only equality should be there in null hypothesis. Not necessarily true. It can be equality or less than or equals to or greater than or equals to. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So with this, we have completed testing of hypothesis on single mean, difference of mean, single proportion, and difference of proportions for large samples. In the next class, we will see estimation, finding confidence interval for single population proportion. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Stay back.